We're going to get started right away with a gentle hip opener, Supta Baddha Konasana, soles of your feet to touch, knees out wide. Now, first thing, check in with your lower back, especially when we're pregnant. There might be a little bit more pressure in that area. So if this feels uncomfortable for you, layer one, just plant your feet. Tuck your tailbone so the lower back is completely flat. And then we'll start off with a internal hip rotation, knees together, walk your feet apart. Otherwise, if Supta Baddha Konasana feels okay for you, keep that tailbone tucked so it's an active Supta Baddha Konasana. Belly in, lower back is flat. Okay, so take a few minutes to settle in with either this external hip rotation or your internal hip rotation. Hands anywhere you like, taking a few rounds of breath here, closing your eyes and just feeling this moment, feeling the breath, feeling your body, and just noticing how you feel this moment. Some of you might feel more energized. Some of you might feel more relaxed, just checking in without any judgment. Then on your next inhale, hug your knees into your chest, but bring your knees as wide as your side body. And just rock side to side, keep your lower back grounded. And then bring the soles of your feet to touch, Supta Baddha Konasana up in the air. Hands grab your feet if they can, and then press your feet gently down towards your belly. Using your elbows, press your knees up and out, finding that nice stretch into the inner thighs. Again, lower back and shoulder blades grounded. Feel free to rock side to side here. Happy baby pose. Bring your feet above your knees, like you're trying to stomp the ceiling with the soles of your feet. Then press your knees down towards the floor, sway side to side. Taking gentle sways, massaging through the lower back. Come back into your Supta Baddha Konasana. See if you could open your knees a little bit wider. Press your shoulders down, opening up through your chest. And then keep the soles of your feet to touch. Lower your feet down towards the floor. So we're going to be here for just a few breaths. Since your body is a little bit more warmed up, everyone should feel okay here this time around. Keeping the tailbone tucked, belly slightly engaged. Good. All right. Now go ahead and plant your feet. Rehug your knees back into your chest. Grab behind your thighs and come all the way up to a seated position. Coming into your Supta Baddha Konasana, soles of your feet to touch. Let's go ahead and bring the feet in towards your pelvis, both sit bones grounded. Place your palms on top of your thighs and take a few rounds of seated cat and cow pose. Inhales to open your chest. Exhales to round. If you feel like taking some torso rolls, getting into the side body, feel free to do that. Maybe just taking some side body stretches. So just taking this moment to move the body. Again, everyone's going to feel a little bit different today in this moment. So honor what feels best for you. Couple more rounds of breath. Come up to a nice long spine, fixing your posture. With your left palm, press your left knee down towards the floor and then take a dip into that left shoulder. Good. Come back to center. Take a dip into your right shoulder, twisting through your spine, getting into your big lat muscles, into your shoulders, still focusing into your hips. All right, now go ahead and do that a few more times, moving breath to movement. Inhale, center. Exhales, twist. Come back to center. Walk your feet away from your body, making a diamond shape. Inhale, sit up tall. Exhale, hinge from your hips and fold. Now you're going to feel it more into the outer hips, into the glute area. Feel free to rest your palms on top of your feet, resting your forehead on top of your hands. Otherwise, just reach the top of the forehead down towards your feet. Breathing, softening, opening, and just releasing. Good. Inhale, slowly rise. Bring your left hand next to your left hip, right hand on top of your left ear. Then drop your right ear down towards your right shoulder. Walk your left fingertips further out. Release, other side. Good. Come back to center. One more forward fold because it feels so good. Hinging from your hips, leading with your chest. Once you're all the way down, feel free to relax your head. And a little bit of rounding through the upper back is fine. This time you might get a little bit deeper. Relax the shoulders. Some of you may even feel the stretch into the lower back. Inhale, slowly rise. Straighten both legs. Walk your feet as wide as the mat. Flex both feet. Inhale, sit up tall. Exhale, hinge from your hips. Fold over your legs and make enough room between your legs for your stomach. Using your exhales to maybe fold a little bit deeper. Inhale, slowly rise. Bend your right knee, right foot into your left inner thigh. Both sit bones grounded. Inhale, sit up tall. Exhale, seated separate, forehead to knee stretch. Fold directly over your left leg. Reach with your chest to elongate through your spine, lengthening through the back of your neck. And then once you found your edge, then feel free to softly relax your head. Inhale, slowly rise, switch sides. Few breaths here. Inhale, slowly rise. Cross both legs, plant your palms in front of you, tabletop position. Take few rounds of your cat and cow pose or any other variations. I'm going to flip my fingers back to stretch into the wrist as well as my forearms. So feel free to do the same. Otherwise, do what feels good for you. We're going to take about 10 breaths here to really move the body as freely as possible. There's really no right or wrong. Just listen to what your body needs. 5 more breaths. Come back to tabletop position. Walk your knees maybe outer hip width, distance apart. Keep your hips over knees. Walk your hands forward and drop your chest for puppy pose. Option 1, drop your forehead. Option 2, drop your chin. Melt your chest down towards the floor. Come back to tabletop position, then step your feet back. First, downward facing dog. Again, feeling out your entire body here in your first down dog. Make any small movements as needed. Grounding down through all 10 fingers, knuckles. Then make your way into your stillness, downward facing dog. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, walk your feet behind your wrist. Option to bring your feet wider if needed. Bend your knees, drop your chest, grab opposite elbows. Dangle your head, move your torso side to side. Maybe straighten out one knee at a time as you keep rocking your chest side to side. Release your hands. Option to walk your feet in a little closer. I like to keep my feet hip width, distance apart. Inhale, halfway lift. Lift your chest. Exhale, forward fold. Bend your knees if needed. Inhale, mountain pose. Grow tall. Arms over your head. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, mountain pose. Exhale, open your arms, forward folds. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, folds. Inhale, mountain pose. Option to gaze up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, Tadasana. Exhale, folds. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, folds. One more time together. Inhale, mountain pose. Exhale, folds. Or rather, hands to heart. I'm sorry. Inhale, mountain pose. Now exhale, forward folds. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, left foot back. First low lunge position. Right foot between your thumbs, hips squared. Drop your left knee, lift your chest, reach your heart forward. So really focusing on your left hip flexor there. Some of you may feel it more into the inner thighs or the right hamstrings. So just taking notice, again, checking in, being present. Straighten your right leg for half splits. But notice if you're leaning over to the left, try to lift your torso, then move your hips to the center. Now drag your right hip back. Good. Rebend your right knee. Drop your hips, lift your chest. Then straighten for your half splits. Good. One more time. Bend. Reach your chest forward. Straighten your right leg. Perfect. Come back into your bent knee. Inhale, crescent moon. Tuck your tailbone, draw your front ribs in. Interlace your fingers behind your head. Then lean your head back into your hands, opening through the chest. Lift up through your belly button, squeeze your inner thighs together. Inhale, crescent moon. Exhale, plant your hands, forward fold. Left foot forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step your right foot back. Left knee over left ankle, drop your right knee. Feel free to come high onto your fingertips to lift your chest and breathe into your right hip. Keep your spine slightly into a back bend position, so opening up through the chest. There's no rounding here in the upper back. Good. Coming into your half splits, walk your hands back so they stay underneath your shoulders. Flex your left toes up. 2 more times. Low lunge. Half splits. Coming back into your low lunge, inhale, crescent moon. Lift your arms, lift your chest. Interlace the opposite grip, hands behind your neck. Lean your head back. Open your elbows. Open your chest. Inhale, crescent moon. Exhale, forward folds. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward folds. Good. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step your left foot back. This time, runner's lunge. Both hands to the inside of your right foot. Drop your left knee. Option to drop to your forearms. And let's take 5 breaths here. Replant your hands, half pigeon pose. Walk your right foot over to the left, bend your knee, drop your right hip. Keep your hips squared. Option for your sleeping pigeon, hinging from your hips, lower down as far as you can go. 5 breaths. Plant your hands. Option for your chaturanga. I'm going to skip it. We'll all meet in 3-legged downward facing dog. Open your right knee, open your hip. Make big circles. Keep your shoulders squared. Spine is long. You're more than welcome to keep your hips open. Otherwise, flip your dog if that's in your practice. Land your right toes behind you. Open your chest. Get that nice side body stretch. Downward facing dog. Breath in. Breath out. Inhale. Gaze forward. Exhale. Walk your feet forward. Inhale. Halfway lift. Exhale, right foot steps way back, runner's lunge. Drop your right knee, take your variation. Half pigeon pose. Downward facing dog. Again, feel free to take your chaturanga, but keep your left leg lifted and open. Make big circles with your left hip. Please flip your dog if you did so on the other side. And we'll meet back in downward facing dog. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, drop to your knees. And let's meet back on our backs. Coming into our figure 4. Cross your right ankle on top of left thigh. Option to interlace your fingers behind your left thigh or on top of your left shin. Lower back stays grounded. Press down into your shoulder blades. Option to stay here. Option for cow face legs. Cross your right knee on top of left knee. Grab opposite feet. Then pull your legs apart and sway side to side. Good. Come back to center, release, figure 4 on the other side. Cow face legs. Release, happy baby pose. All right, so let's come back into our figure 4. Right ankle on top of left thigh. Lift your left foot, or rather, let's go ahead and scoot the hips over to the right first. Now lift your left foot and drop your legs open to the left. Figure 4, supine twist. Come back to center. Same thing on the other side. So I highly recommend you guys to take this class maybe 2 to 3 times a week. Opening up our hips is a huge benefit to releasing our lower back. And I know a lot of us have lower back tension throughout the pregnancy. And I promise you this will help you find more release and more openness, which is going to really make it feel so much better through your pregnancy. Good. Come back to center. Shavasana. Again, option 1, straight legs, your regular Shavasana. Option 2, keep your feet grounded. Or option 3, fetal position. I'm going to leave you ladies here so that you could take your time in your Shavasana to fully relax. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll see you guys next time. Namaste.